cruisers versus sports bikes versus dual sports. Which one is the better choice? Which one is the overall king when it comes to riding on the roads? Well, that's what the fuck we're going to be talking about today on Zeta. So thanks you guys for tuning in to yet another video. Oh, this dude is swag the fuck out right here. I don't get it. Oh, yeah. Fucking matching. He's got the hat matching. He's got the holster for his phone on the belt. That dude drowns in pussy. That fool's like a fucking shark. So when it comes to picking a motorcycle, a few things could actually come to factor. And I'm guessing that you might not even have a motorcycle if you're tuning in this video. Either that or you're subscribed to me and you're probably the greatest human being to ever step foot on the face of this earth. But when it comes to purchasing a motorcycle, like I said, things do come into play when it is time. And the biggest thing is probably money, because I'm sure a lot of you guys aren't rolling in the dough and you're like, yeah, man, fucking bitches, weed, and money, wow! So when it comes to buying a motorcycle, you gotta look at the prices of a motorcycle. Do you want to pay it off in cash, or do you want to pretty much lease the bike, which could be shitty, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's cool things about it, there's shitty things about it, but nothing does beat actually owning something and owning a motorcycle. And like I said, man, that's the first thing you got to look at, because that's basically brackets right there. That's going to be the tiers. You could get a cruiser cheaper than you could get probably a street bike or a dual sport with, and that's pretty much a fact. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why I got this cruiser I'm on right now, is because I got it for basically a steal, man. I fucking stole it from the guy, all right? But yeah, I got it for such a good deal that I couldn't turn it down, and that's the main thing when it comes to getting a cruiser, a street bike, or a dual sport, is you got to look at the prices of those, because street bikes can be expensive. I mean, unless you get like a 250 or a 300, then they'll be a little cheaper. But if you're getting a bike that small, I don't know, there's really no point in getting a street bike, I feel like, because you got to get something with power if you're going to get a street bike. You got to get an R1, you got to get an R6, you got to get a Ducati or something like that, or a GSXR or something. So when it comes to purchasing that, the fucking whistling, fuck. So that's something you got to look at when it's time to buy a motorcycle, is what's your price range? What price are you actually looking at to pay for a bike? Oh yeah, feels good to be getting on the freeway. That's the thing when it's like really, really hot out, is when you're in, like, not even really traffic, but just back roads and shit. You're waiting at stoplights, you're waiting at stop signs. Dude, it gets like 20 degrees hotter, at least it feels like it, because you're just sitting there baking in the sun like a fucking roly-poly. And I don't want that shit, man. I gotta keep it moving. I gotta keep things going, because I started to get really, really hot. So back to what I was saying about all the whole cruisers, not the whole talk we're talking about in the video. I don't gotta tell you guys what we've been talking about. If money is not really a problem for you, or you do have money set aside, or like I said, you're leasing, or whatever the fuck you're doing with a bike, you really gotta go off personal preference. I mean, what do you think? Like, sit down, fucking get a notepad, write down cruiser, sports bike, and dual sport. You make fucking bulletin points, and you think which one is going to be the best fit for you. Because personally, if I had a lot of money, I probably would choose other things over a cruiser. I mean, well, technically, if I had a lot of money, I would get a cruiser, a dual sport, and a fucking street bike, because I love all of them. But you really got to look at the beneficials of every one. Like a cruiser, you sit down, you cruise, you ride, it's more comfortable than other bikes. If you get a cross rocket or a street bike, whatever you want to call it, you're going to be fucking mobbing it, dude. You're going to be splitting lanes, you're going to be fucking going 150, and that's what's fun about a cross rocket. You take turns going super fast, or if you get a dual sport, you're going to be able to cruise on a dual sport. Of course, it's a little bit more uncomfortable. When you start going really, really fast, it starts to get a little, I don't know, at least personally, I think it gets a little shaky. Feels a little sketchy when you're going fast on a dual sport. But on a dual sport, you're going to be able to go off-roading. I mean, if that's something that attracts you, that's another good thing about a dual sport. You'd be like, oh shit, a fucking dirt road, or what the fuck is down this road? You can take your dual sport down that road to find out, and that's what's really, really cool about a dual sport. So it comes down to, what do you think is going to be the most fun, and what do you think is going to be the most beneficial towards you? Because the whole thing about riding a bike is what's going to be the most fun. What do you think you are going to have the most fun on? And that's easily which one you should go with. That thing's badass, man. That thing's dope as fuck. That thing's sick. I mean, personal preference, if I had to go out and choose which bike I was, like if I had a showroom and I was allowed to pick what bike I would have, honestly, the first one I would pick, it's a very, very close mix-up between a dual sport and probably like a Yami R1. Those would probably be my top 2 picks if I was to go out there, if I had the money and it was allowed to buy any bike I would want. Because dual sports, man, ton of fun. I love off-roading. I love riding my dirt bike. So a dual sport would be so fucking sick because I could go anywhere I want. I could go on the road and then I could switch and I could go on dirt. And it'd just be a fucking ton of fun riding one of those. And then if I had another pick, like I said, the Yami R1, I want one of those because I just want to fucking butt fuck everybody on the freeway. And I mean, I'd probably kill myself, don't get me wrong, because I feel like on one of those, you always feel like you gotta go fast because they do go so fast and they go fast so quick. But it would be so fun to ride one of those, especially out in California where it's legal to lane split. I feel like I would just get stupid on one of those R1s. So like if I had a choice, personally, I would go the Yami R1. Okay, Speed Racer, I see you, I see you. I'd go a Yami R1 or like a WR450 dual sport or something like that. And that would be my choices. And like I said, it's all personal preference. It's all about what you think you're going to have the most fun on. You can't be like, okay man, this person says this bike's the coolest, so I'm probably going to get that one because that person may think something is a lot cooler than you do. And you may not even like that bike. Like somebody could say, hey, go out there and get a Harley Davidson's 883 Sportster. Like, yeah, that's a fucking sick ass bike. And personally, I would take that in a heartbeat. But that may not be your cup of tea. You may want something that goes faster. You may want something that can go off-road. And so it all fucking swindles down to your personal preference and what you really want. Oh damn, this dude's got those C-bars too. That shit's fucking sick. What's up with all the sick ass bikes, man? Oh fuck, that thing's wicked, dude. That's fucking sick, dude. Those Z-bars are badass. I like the higher ones. That's the only thing I look back when I bought these bars is I wish I would have got a little bit higher bars, but I don't know, that was one of those Harleys, man. Fucking, oh god, oh, jizz my pants. Oh shit, I was like, why the fuck is this guy standing in the road? He's taking model shots of me, oh my god. Alrighty guys, so like I said, man, when it really comes down to it, it's all about that personal preference. They're all gonna have good ones. You're gonna be able to do that on a cruiser because cruisers roar like a fucking lion. So it's all down to you guys, man. What do you want? Do you want a cruiser? Do you want to go fast? Do you want to mob deep? Totally up to you, man. So I'm not gonna tell you which one to get because, like I said, personal preferences. And that was a tight fit right there. So yeah, thanks you guys for tuning in to VroomVroomDana. You guys are fucking awesome as usual. Hey, and there's that badass bike we're talking about earlier. That thing's fucking sick, dude. The boys are out today. So thanks you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. You're all sexy. I love you. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Have a great day. Oh yeah, just the tip. Well, easy. Just the tip. Oh, not so much. Oh, well. All right, just. Yes. Oh yeah. Release the fluids into me. That feels great. I was so dry and I'm so wet. That was fucking great.